You're watching Truth versus Hype. We're at a Narendra Modi rally in Lalganj in eastern Uttar Pradesh. The final stages of what has been one of the most high decibel, relentless campaigns in Indian politics. The real genius lies not just in adding newer converts at these mega gatherings, but of already convincing them of the benefits of the Gujarat model even before they get here. Over the next 30 minutes, tracing the origins of the propaganda blitz that some are calling the Modi wave. As the helicopter touches down, on cue the frenzy erupts. These crowd reactions are by now familiar, but the setting gains significance. Lalganj is one of the 18 seats in eastern Uttar Pradesh that go to vote in the last phase, of which the BJP only won 4 in 2009. And yet, judging by the hysteria at every word from the Modi speech, it seems hard to believe we are in a BJP weak zone.
माँ बेटे की सरकार, लखनऊ में बाप बेटे की सरकार और पर्दे के पीछे भाई भतीजे का कारोबार। मैं आपके लिए लड़ता हूँ, ये गुनाह है क्या?
To some extent, the frenzied reactions that we witness at these Modi rallies can be explained by his oratory and his charisma. But what is more inexplicable is how he managed to convince voters, even in the hinterland of North India, that under his watch, Gujarat became one of the best states in the country. The message so successfully communicated that the reference to Gujarat that we had heard in his earlier speeches have virtually dried up.
मेरे गुजरात में 24 घंटे 365 दिन बिजली मिलती है।
मित्रों, आज पूरे देश में, दुनिया में गुजरात के विकास यात्रा की चर्चा हो रही है।
हिंदुस्तान में सबसे प्रगतिशील कोई सरकार है तो उस सरकार का नाम गुजरात सरकार। केंद्र में
At Lalganj, the audience doesn't need any convincing. क्यों चाहते हैं कि मोदी जी पीएम बने? क्या किया है मोदी जी ने?
अच्छे नेता हैं इसलिए।
गुजरात को गुजरात ने बनाया है। गुजरात को गुजरात बनाया है।
आप गए हैं गुजरात?
मैं नहीं गया हूँ, लोग कहते हैं, मैं जानता हूँ। टीवी द्वारा जो अहमदाबाद जो सिटी है, जो दिखाता है गुजरात गुजरात बना दिया है मोदी ने।
कहाँ से देखा आपने? सोशल मीडिया।
सोशल मीडिया से
गुजरात देखा। हम खुद गुजरात अपनी आंखों से देखे।
अच्छा।
गुजरात का मॉडल अगर हमारे पूरे देश में लागू हो जाए, पूरा देश हमारा बदल जाएगा।
आप नहीं गए गुजरात? तो आपको कैसे पता कि गुजरात अच्छा है?
हम लोग टीवी न्यूज में देखते हैं
और सड़कें भी
ऐसे बहुत लोगों से बड़े पुराने बहुत बताते हैं कि गुजरात में बहुत ही अच्छा विकास हुआ है और हमारे नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री बनने लायक हैं।
What makes this all the more a marketing success is that the Gujarat model is far from perfect.
Gujarat actually...
Supporters of Mr. Modi argue that he should be given credit for turning Gujarat around.
So I think if you take the composite of all the indicators, it is possibly one of the 2 or 3 best performing states in the country. The other, if you will, very well performing state, and this does not include the data for the last 2-3 years, is Tamil Nadu. So, but Gujarat beats Tamil Nadu in terms of income growth, and Gujarat beats Tamil Nadu in terms of agricultural growth. But on some social economic indicators, if you will, Tamil Nadu beats Gujarat.
But a detailed piece by 2 UK-based economists finds that while Mr. Modi ensured that Gujarat remained a high-performing state, it didn't significantly do better in his tenure than other similar states.
I think most people have focused on the fact that Gujarat has grown faster than India over the last 10-12 years. And clearly there is, whoever is in power, happens to be Modi, deserves some credit for that. That's undoubtedly true. But in terms of attributing kind of a Gujarat growth miracle to Modi, it would have to be something that did not happen before. It started after his tenure started. And it turns out that even in the previous 10 years, the growth gap between Gujarat and rest of India was roughly similar. So from the statistical point of view, Modi has maintained the growth advantage of Gujarat with respect to the rest of India, but there has not been any statistically significant acceleration.
The bottom line appears to be that Gujarat is an average state, with each side picking data that suits their argument.
Gujarat has done well on certain indicators, but has like economic growth, employment in organized and unorganized sector, but has done badly on social indicators and across outcomes for social groups and across religions. There are other states like Madhya Pradesh which have done very well in agriculture. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa have done well on PDS reform, which Gujarat has not quite. But if you take an overall set of indicators, which no analyst has actually done, Gujarat probably will outperform many of these states. So there's a lot of cherry picking that has gone on either to support Modi or to criticize Modi, and these indicators are basically in terms of like what is easily available. So really no serious work's been done in terms of evaluating how Gujarat has done compared to other states.
On the ground, no one is aware of the chinks in the armor of the Gujarat model, nor do they care.
जैसे गुजरात ले लीजिए, गुजरात में गरीबी है, गुजरात में काफी मतलब किसानों की भी समस्याएं हैं, पानी की भी समस्या है, हर चीज है वहाँ पे।
उसी के गुजरात के विकास के सामने उस गरीबी का परसेंटेज बहुत छोटा है, इसलिए हम उसे नहीं लेते।
नहीं, गुजरात जो है वो पहले से ही कम गरीब प्रदेश में से माना जाता है। जैसे गुजरात ले लीजिए, महाराष्ट्र ले लीजिए, तमिलनाडु, ये जो भारत के अच्छे स्टेट्स माने जाते हैं, तो इनको मतलब अच्छा बनाने में कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। जैसे आप गरीब स्टेट को अच्छा बनाइए, वो बड़ी चीज है।
अच्छा बनाने वाला चाहिए ना, अच्छा बनाने वाला चाहिए,
अच्छा
बनाने वाला चाहिए। जैसे
हाँ, वही मैं कह रहा हूँ। जैसे उदाहरण के तौर पे जैसे बिहार है, वो गरीब प्रदेश है, उसको अच्छा बनाना, जैसे सब कुछ लोग कहते हैं नीतीश ने बनाया, वो बड़ी चीज है। गुजरात जैसे पहले से ही अच्छे स्टेट को अच्छे बनाने में तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है।
नहीं, जैसे देखिए आज तक
देखिए सत्ता परिवर्तन बहुत जरूरी है। अगर यही काम जनता 2009 में कर दी होती तो शायद इतना जो है जनता का उग्र रूप नहीं देखने को आपको मिलता।
So how did the Modi spin machine reach so far and so deep and with such success? The BJP's newly appointed man in Uttar Pradesh has an explanation.
450 प्रचार की गाड़ियां जून महीने से पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में घूम रही हैं और
सिंस लास्ट
जून से पूरे जून से मेरी पार्टी का संदेश और मोदी जी के प्रत्याशी बनने के बाद मोदी जी का संदेश लेकर हर गांव में घूम रही है।
Just one element like campaign trucks doesn't quite explain the depth and extent of the marketing of the Gujarat success story and building of brand Modi, a process that began almost a decade ago in the immediate aftermath of the 2002 riots.
As the image of the regime took a beating, the state government turned to ad agencies for an image makeover. Pankaj Mudholkar, who heads Akriti Promotions, the Indian affiliate of the American PR giant APCO, was part of the team that put together the first investor summit of 2003. At that time, Pankaj was with Grey Advertising. He says the brief they were given was clear.
Well, I think the thinking behind the organizing of this summit in 2003 was to mobilize investments in the state, to course correct the image of the state, which had taken a beating.
And what was your brief?
Yeah, the thing was that we wanted to showcase the state in a manner in which the happy happening images of Gujarat are seen by the people, and Navratri couldn't have been a better choice to showcase the state at its colorful best.
Okay, so like all the images had to show happy happening images.
All the communication had to culminate at the end of the day whether it portrayed Gujarat as a happy happening state.
Given the reservations about Gujarat, the initial summits were built around a core of corporates that had business interests in the state, like Reliance, which has its petrochemicals hub in Jamnagar and which sponsored the cultural element of the first summit. SR, which also has a number of major infrastructure projects in Gujarat, did the same for the second year. Those from India Inc. who expressed concern about the violence were quickly brought to heel.
In one of those functions at CII in Bombay, there was a standoff between some of the leaders and some people who were close to Modi. And then soon after, in April, when Modi sought a meeting with CII in Delhi, in the function, Bajaj and Godrej both spoke vociferously against what was happening in Gujarat and how the way Modi was dealing with the situation. And Modi thundered, actually Modi sort of publicly rebuked them in the function, telling them basically, you have no business in these matters. And soon after, there was actually a split in CII, where a research group of Gujarat and a sort of a group was formed from business leaders from Gujarat, Adani, Nirma, Torrent, some of them were partners, were sort of taking lead of that, and they threatened CII of taking away a major chunk of its membership from Western India, and this sent clearly anxieties to the CII leadership at that point.
The dissenting voices crushed. Each subsequent summit, there have been 5 so far, witnessed rising numbers of CEOs competing to praise their host.
Under your leadership, Narendra Bhai, there is newfound confidence in Gujarat.
One is always struck by the pragmatism, the charisma and the capability that have been displayed in the leadership that Mr. Modi has brought to the state.
If one Narendra Bhai can do so much for Gujarat, imagine what is the possibility for India by having Narendra Bhai as the next leader of India.
अगर इस देश में कोई CEO है जो कि एक कंपनी नहीं, एक सेक्टर नहीं, एक स्टेट, एक कंट्री चला सकता है, वो श्री नरेंद्र मोदी है.
Ensuring national and overwhelmingly positive coverage. Its chief minister reinvented from a figure of controversy to a brand that delivers.
What is a brand? Let us get into a very theoretical thing. A brand is a promise. You buy a toothpaste vis-a-vis a second toothpaste primarily because that toothpaste has promised you whiter teeth, cleaner teeth and no bad breath. The moment the product lives up to that promise, the brand building happens in your mind. Similarly, brand Modi promised efficient administration, and then he had followed it up with Swagat, which is the online grievance cell.
Right.
And the results were there to see.
Right.
So people believed in whatever he mentioned.
But here too, Summer found an element of hyperbole. Data suggests that only a small fraction of the MOUs pledged at the summits have actually been converted. Of the projects on the ground, a high number happen to be from Gujarat-based companies. As of 2013, Maharashtra remains the highest ranking state for FDI inflows. Delhi is second. Gujarat slipped from 5th to 6th position. And yet, Gujarat scores through sheer hard sell.
One of the important things in communication and branding is that you communicate the same message and hammer it over a period of time once you identify what your core strengths are, which is what Mr. Modi did very well and his government. They identified what are the core strengths of there is a very organized effort that went into this entire communication and brand building exercise.
Coming up, visiting the backroom boys who are powering Narendra Modi's campaign 2014.